Ain't got time for no debating. It's for the taking. No hesitation. Don't try my patience. I'ma pour out one for the set, boy, till there's nothing left. On a run to the bread until we all got them baguettes. Hear them footsteps coming, cause we coming for the check. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. Long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die. We ain't gon' run, no we don't hide. I could never switch, not a day in my life. As long as my dogs, they by my side. Yeah, we gon' ride till we die, die, die.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in a sense. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions, daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top is missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is.
All right, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the steel capital of the world, Pittsburgh, PA, at Heinz Field. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Set. Look at me. Go. Go.
Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet. Big Ed. SOS.
X3. 218. Chopper.
Watch the shift. Switch.
Tight dog. Five.
They'll look to throw here on first down. And his first look is incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Check. Say. Kill. Check 99.
Blue draw Corker.
56. Man, I got you.
Take go.
They'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Smith. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing on the screen that time. Now it's third down.
So many screen passes are the result of excellent acting by everyone. But sometimes the guy who's getting the ball tips the play off. The running back, because he's eager to get the pass. And sometimes he doesn't act very well about whether he's going to block or leak out or whatever. And I think that they saw that, and that's why they're able to get to him on it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Carter. A big gain of
are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. He don't want it. Watch the safety creep. Check 37. Check 37.
A first down carry for Smith. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Down. 60 outlaw. Yep.
On second down, here's Smith. Trying to turn the corner, but they string him out and stop him at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but yeah, from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
Here we go. Hard. 60 or.
Check it backer. Check it backer.
Hey, seam 6.
Mike 5'9".
On play action, they'll throw. Going for it all. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A 24-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Go.
They'll run on first down. Simpson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 22.
30 base. Get it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Brandon, we talk all the time about those hybrid players, guys who could do more than one thing. And I think if you're playing strong safety in the NFL today, you are a true hybrid. Part linebacker, part cover guy.
And coming up, sticking his nose in the mess there and making a nice play defensively.
Hey, high 7. Snap.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to look for Allen now into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42, and he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49. The intended receiver there, Allen.
At their own 49-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in the 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They'll run here with Sims. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play.
Come on, set. 10 Lobo. Check 49. Hey, Sam on. Check 49. Check 49.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. A few issues here on the offensive line. Apparently, He got sacked 5 times last week. They got to him here in the first quarter.
And I would think that running the ball would be paramount here because it's a different team they're facing, but they watch the film as well. So they'll take many of those same principles and try and apply them in this game to see if they fixed what was wrong with them in the last game.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw them there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd down, it's Simpson. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Now this throw caught left side. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
A gain of 16 yards.
He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up the first down.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
It's 2nd down.
Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Hey.
2nd and long. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. But now it'll be 3rd down.
Looked like he tried it all there, tried to use some physicality, right? Tried to use some footwork, some head fakes, but he was covered the entire way. Dogged in every step. That forced the incompletion. No separation at the end of the route.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. An 8-yard return there after a punt of 47. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And all the way down to the 42. It's a big play there for the Steelers. 41 yards on the ground. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. And he's got his man on the out route. It's a Pittsburgh first down, a gain of 13.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
8 yards.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 2. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. The defense stiffens to force 4th down following that 1st down gain of 8. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into 1st downs and hopefully points. Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Here's a throw out wide complete to his running back right side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Hey, exit. Get ready.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Open man, it's Allen. Past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
The Steelers are for their 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Got it.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Check hot route. Hot. Check 4. Check. Check.
61, matchbox lights.
56. In your face.
On 2nd down now, it's Smith. Good footwork at the 30. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level.
Rush coming, and he he's taken down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Look, squeeze.
I got you.
They're going to look to throw. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 30. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
On first down, Smith. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 15. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, it's third and long, and you've got a few different ways to play it offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
They just gave up a sack there, and if I'm not mistaken, they gave up 4 last week, didn't they?
Yes. And just looking really porous, aren't they?
They really are, and I'm wondering if they're going to have to start thinking about keeping the tight end in, maybe a back, someone to help assist, because right now, the quarterback's been getting hit a lot in the last couple of games.
They'll set up a throw. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And the Saints, they've now opened up a 2-touchdown lead. And we'll be sure to keep an eye on that one as we go along here.
Ready. 10-2 stop. Go. Ready.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he's given his guys a shot for late points as they will take over in range for a field goal or maybe more. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. And his kick is right there. It's good. So how about the turn of events there at the end of the half?
This is one where you go charging into your locker room having collected 3 points you didn't expect to get, and you look across the field and you see guys kind of pointing fingers at each other like, dude, how'd you turn it over and make us give up 3 right there?
So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Ready up.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. 2nd and 14. And this is Simpson with a catch. Call it a gain of 5. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
Ready, set.
52. You're not ready. You're not ready.
He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie.
Ready, break.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They'll try the right side here with Smith. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box. And guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
Hey, foxtrot, foxtrot. Hey, lock it. Come. Now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They'll set up to throw. They'll find Taylor. That's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet. They're going to go for it on 4th. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And we will remain tied here in this 3rd quarter. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half. And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on 3rd down. Now back to throw. And he's got his man Hilton.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down.
First down, Baltimore.
Ready.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
Ready.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
70, Indy.
Second and 9 now. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Look at me. Door.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the pressure gets to him again.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their side.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Check 50.
The tackle made back at the 13-yard line.
Boom! Sack, baby! Sack!
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back now in Pittsburgh. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Back to throw here. Oh, he shifts past him. Well, this is caught by Williams. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Alert, flare! Jim! Sponge!
Looking to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Carter. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Fournette, a first down carry. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's one of the reasons we like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Check 23.
Staying on the ground, this time it's Smith. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss. And now it's 3rd down. The Steelers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's a team game, but sometimes individuals do stand out, don't they? How about that for a twofer? Tackle for a loss on the running play on the previous down, and then comes right back and gets a sack.
The Steelers send out their punter now. as he'll kick it away for the second time. This is brought in at the 21. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 36-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Hey, Mike 51, Mike 51.
Right back to him on first down. The 20. A big play that time for the Ravens. 43 yards. So he nearly took it the distance, gets him down inside the 10 for a first and goal.
I'd love to be in his head right now, because is he rewarding himself for a great run, or is he kicking himself because he didn't get all the way to the goal line?
A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on first and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great play there. His third touchdown now on the year. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down.
And now the rookie's free. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there with his first career NFL touchdown, as they can now even this game here in the fourth quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the fourth. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. These strong safeties, some people may not realize it. It's really like an extra linebacker, right?
It really is, because they're hybrids. Half linebacker, half defensive back. The linebacker in him on that play emerged.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Going deep here for Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. He was trying to get that one to Allen that time. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the fourth quarter, and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
They'll run on first down. Smith. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And this one complete to Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And they're facing a big 3rd down now in this tie ball game. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Carter. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
On the double. Rock it.
On first down, Smith. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the run.
They'll run it again with Smith. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game.
18, Gator. 59,
59. I want that. Give me that ball, defense. Give me that ball.
Now.
Give me that ball, defense.
5.
On 3rd down, Smith. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Let's get it.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute. And this is no good. Close, but he misses just left of the upright. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it was a golden chance to go ahead here in the final moments, but he misses for a 2nd time in this game.
Brandon, either one of those go, and they might be on their way to a victory. Instead, they're going to have to hold on here defensively just to force overtime.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10.
Ready?
He'll look to throw. Looking deep for Hilton. And that's going to be intercepted by the Pro Bowler Xavier Howard. And what an effort on the final play of regulation. All zeros on the clock, and we are headed to OT. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Simpson. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
It's a gain of 9.
Here comes a big one now in overtime. This is 3rd and inches. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First down, Ravens.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go.
They'll try to left side. It's Simpson. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Hey.
Mike 51. Come on, D.
Get it.
On 2nd down, it's Simpson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Go. 51 to Mike.
They'll try the left side. Simpson. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. That one, a first down pickup of 8. They've had some success here in overtime on this opening drive running the football. Right back to that well.
And why not? When you have that kind of success, make them stop you. And until they do, keep going back to that well you just spoke about. I think there's more water there and available to them.
They'll run on first down. It's Simpson, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now a first throw here in overtime. And the catch made by Hilton. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now the timeout comes here in the waning seconds of this overtime as we could be set up at long last for a potential game winner. And his kick is good. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for the Ravens, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Steelers, it was a good first month, but they'll fall to 4-1 as they suffer their first loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver. I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me if I'm underneath my whole flesh. Everyone tells me it's a bit of a mess. Tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get the off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings. I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Take your eyes off me, you don't want to see me when I'm gone. Moral of the story was you're wrong. Everything I gave and everything I lost. Good things come at a cost. I left it on your head, and when you ever overstated, your thoughts are never everything you wanted when you want. I'ma take it in the head with the signs of the distort. I'ma leave it on the side. You on the Christ when the breath on the set. Let me speak on behalf of the dead. I'ma leave, I'ma speak. I'm the sick in the head. Come on, come on. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Tell the risk I was never at the hit. I would never get the off my chest though. I'm forgetful. Someone better tell me I was always on the edge. Overstay your bearings. I would never underestimate. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off. Oh, barely my bets are off. Everything was better off.
Ladies and gentlemen,